and welcome. I'm Esther, the author of Living Without Fear and the co-publisher of the Amazon best-selling Inspired Journeys. Get in touch with me if you want to start living without fear or even writing your book. And please share this podcast with a friend who you know needs to hear this episode. Subscribe to my YouTube channel, write a short review, and rate it on your favorite podcast platform with a lot of stars if you enjoyed it. Thank you so much for your support. This truly means a lot to me. And today, I'd like to talk about the mother-daughter relationship. And I do this also for me because my mother still triggers me in so many situations. But I always imagine myself being in peace with my mother. She is now 88 and I'm 60. It's time to stop to get on each other's nerves. What triggered me the most when I visited her a few days ago is her attitude to take herself as the center of the world. She says, I do this, I have this, I see this. It's always me, or in her. It's like a child trying to get the whole attention in the room on her topics, on her way of looking at the world. It's so tiring to be with her in those moments. And the thing is, my mother has always been like this. That's why I couldn't stand her when I was a teenager. I could discuss with my father, but not with my mother. Her universe was rather small and still is. We are on the same wavelength when it comes to plants and flowers. We love what grows inside in flower pots and in our garden. And my mother knows a lot about plants. She is a real specialist. And thanks to her, I also developed a good relationship with nature. I'm so grateful for this. Today, sitting on the couch in my parents' living room and listening to her talking about what occupies her mind gets on my nerves. She rarely asks questions. When I was a child, I don't remember that she was asking something about the school or my leisure time I spent with the scouts. So I know my mother. She hasn't changed. How can I love her unconditionally the way how I wish to be loved by her? Yes, I really mean unconditionally. This is a huge task. I'm on my path and I'm grateful for this. But I need to learn a lot still. I always remember a sentence from the spiritual teacher Wayne Dyer. The light in you is all I see. I have this sentence written down on a piece of paper which stands on my desk, and I see it there all the time. It's easier for me to use this perspective with other people. I can see the hurt child in other people, and I can accept them with love. My mother seems to belong to another category. Is it because I haven't processed yet fully how she had hurt me in the past? Am I still resentful for the fact that she couldn't take care of my emotional needs when I grew up. She did all she could. She cared for the whole family, my father, my 4-year-old younger brother, and me, so that we had always food, clean clothes, a clean house, and a beautiful garden. She worked so hard for this, and probably nobody thanked her for it. I never did. And I think my father took it for granted too. Acknowledging this, I feel very sorry for her. Her life hasn't been easy. It already started when she was born in Germany 4 years before the Second World War broke out. And when she grew up during the war in scarcity and constant fear. So her life didn't get much better when she had to care for our family. And she didn't get much support by my father. I remember he was rather mean to her, and he didn't help her a lot, physically and also emotionally. He was busy with his work and career. The longer I'm thinking about my mother's life, I'm feeling more compassion for her. Also, she suffered from severe depressions in her 40s and 50s, and she never got help with it. She was totally on her own, and I don't think my father saw the need to send her to a doctor. We lived with my mother's depressions and suicidal thoughts as it belonged to the family, and we had to cope with it. I often thought how our family dynamics would have changed if my mother had gotten help. So what I need to do in the future is to think of all this while sitting on the couch in my parents' living room and listening to my mother. She needs so much love. She needs so much compassion. And the only one who can give it to her at the moment is me, because I did so much work to come to this point. My father and my brother aren't there yet. They are still very busy with themselves. But I've learned how to get over myself and to see the light in others. I'm so grateful for this. I don't know how long my mother will be among us, but I'm so happy that I can try every time I visit her to love her and have compassion for her. This is such an important step for myself because I can let go the resentful feelings towards my mother, which brings me a step closer to myself. If you have a similar and challenging situation with your mother or someone else, I recommend to you to sit down and to write down what you know about her life or this person's life. Look at their lives from far away as a total stranger and see all the pain they suffered. Put yourself in their shoes and feel how it feels. Feel how lonely they were. Feel how desperate they were, and nobody helped them. I'm sure your feelings towards them will change. You can do this with every person who triggers you or even gets on your nerves. Give it a try. And if it doesn't work yet, Try again. Thank you, dear listener, for spending your precious time with me and being open to see the light in others. I cannot repeat it enough. In case you feel worthless and nobody seems to like you, I tell you, you're amazing. I love you. And you are a gift to everyone who crosses your path. And please tell yourself these sentences over and over again. Have an amazing day and talk to you next